Want a curved screen, high refresh rate gaming, and don't want to compromise? Well, the ASRock Phantom Gaming 27-inch 240Hz curved monitor is here to deliver. In the box, we've got our power cable, HDMI and DisplayPort cables, and a rugged stand. And finally, the ASRock Phantom Gaming monitor with an impressive 27-inch curved 1500R VA display. This makes for quite the immersive experience, especially in competitive games like Valorant, which demand higher refresh rates. Diving into the specs, this monitor goes up to 1080p, sports a blazing fast 240Hz refresh rate for silky smooth gameplay, and HDR10 support for vibrant lifelike colors. It covers 90% of the DCI-P3 and 113% of the sRGB color spaces, making those visuals pop at a max brightness of 300 nits. This is great for picking out enemies in low visibility situations. It's got a rapid 1 millisecond response time with MPRT mode to keep motion blur in check for perfect aim, and dual 2-watt speakers built right in just in case you don't have your headphones on you. For connectivity, this monitor is equipped with 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, 1 DisplayPort 1.2, and a headphone jack. The stand is solid with swivel and tilt adjustments, but there is no height adjustment. However, it does support VESA mounting if you want to customize your setup. The monitor also sports ASRock's low blue light technology, so those long rank-up sessions are a little easier on your eyes. Additionally, FreeSync Premium is also present on this monitor, preventing screen tearing at unstable frame rates. Overall, this monitor does exactly what it says on the box. Super fast, high refresh rate gaming for titles like Valorant to give you the competitive edge you need. Today we've got something special for AMD users. The ASRock B650 Live Mixer motherboard. Packed with features and support for AM5 processors, this motherboard is a statement both visually and specs-wise. As an AM5 board, the ASRock B650 Live Mixer supports both AMD Ryzen 8000 and 7000 series processors and will continue to support all AMD CPUs until 2026. Whether you're upgrading or building a new rig, this motherboard has you covered. Power delivery is robust with a 14+2+1 phase power design, ensuring stable and efficient power distribution. For memory, it sports 4 DDR5 DIMM slots with support for 6400+ MHz speeds when overclocked. Expandability is key in any build, and the B650 Live Mixer shines with 3 PCIe 4.0x16 slots and an M.2 key E slot for Wi-Fi modules. Rear I/O is great with an HDMI and DisplayPort connector, 14 USB ports, out of which you get one 3.2 Gen 2 Type A port and a 3.2 Gen 2x2 Type C port. Those with blazing fast internet will be happy to see a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port at the back. For audiophiles, it features 7.1 channel HD audio with the Realtek ALC897 audio codec and Nahimic audio enhancement. Whether gaming or watching movies, you can expect immersive audio quality. Storage solutions are top-notch with one blazing fast PCIe Gen 5x4 M.2 slot and 2 PCIe Gen 4x4 M.2 slots. Additionally, it also has 2 SATA 3 connectors for additional hard drives or SSDs. All in all, the ASRock B650 Live Mixer motherboard is loaded with features that make it a formidable foundation for any high-end PC. Whether you're a gamer, a content creator, or just looking for a powerful system, this motherboard checks all the boxes.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with the AMD Presents Flipkart Back to College Cup Season 1, powered by ASRock. Acer, W Black, and Portronics. Your boy Aggressive is here with my main man, Baba Gusta, or by Sadly, it's not Assassin. I wanted to call them my main man instead. But Baba, you know that Assassin and I have a completely different relationship. But you're now here, filling in all of the shoes. Anna was not able to make it today, but we're still back after the 2-day break, ladies and gentlemen, to bring you a Valorant extravaganza. The tournament was ongoing, though, even though we were not streaming. Oh boy, did a lot of storylines were created in the back end.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of stories that I have missed currently in this entire event. But yeah, starting things off, we have 2 matches, right? We have the upper bracket finals, and then we have the lower brackets round number 3, in which is going to start right about now. Turns out it is the exact rematch between Team Resonance versus Team ASAG.
Yep. This will be that revenge story that we were hoping to see for a pretty long time. They started off like this, Baba. The very first match that you were able to cast here in this tournament was Resonance going up against Aces. But due to unfortunate events, the members of the Aces were not really able to showcase their full metal. But when you look at the lower bracket run that they had, it is incredible how much the team has improved. And when you have a player like Mac the King on your roster, Dr. Evil also stepping up to the plate and just being an absolute one-man army show. I don't know what the members of Team Resonance have in store for them. Resonance has been performing well, mind you. The team is looking strong, but they have a lot of very experienced players on their roster. But is it going to be enough now that Team Ace has been given an opportunity to get a fair shot as a prize pool that we're going to be seeing in front of our screens in just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen? 1 lakh INR is on the line. The prize pool was increased, mind you. These guys originally were fighting for 40k for first place. Now it's 1 lakh, so the stakes are way high.
Yep, double the stakes, higher the difficulty. 1 lakh rupees for first place, followed up with 60,000 on second place, and third place to receive a total of 40,000 INR. So, in order to secure at least a second place, the lower bracket matches needs to ensure that they would at least secure the lower finals and hope that they would secure it. And yeah, about Team Resonance and Team Aces, it's definitely going to be an interesting one to look at because you have a lot of power-packed, players coming in, especially in this lineup. So let's take a look at the brackets once again. Let's recap, see what all the matches have happened, who's currently in the lead. If you take a look at the upper bracket finals, it's UPG Esports who's going to go up against Airavata Esports, which will happen in 8 at the night time, a separate stream. Right now, lower brackets matchup between Resonance and Ace.
I'm excited for WG versus Airavata. I've been talking about this game for the longest time as soon as I saw both of these squads play. Airavata, an incredible roster. They know how to bring back games. They had a little bit of a rocky start when we were watching them originally up against the side of Sovereign, but I wasn't fortunate enough to see them going up against Team Ace, though. That was when the break happened, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the bracket is looking like now. Sadly, Fire 5 were not able to make it through to the problems that they had, but that's completely fine because the storyline itself built pretty well. What I'm very surprised about is the way that Laughtail originally lost. When I looked at the VLR page and their own matches, it was a 2-0 and it was a landslide victory as well. Apparently, the members of Team Resonance, they were able to win a 13-4 on Split and on Lotus on a 13-9. Simple was performing, but his teammates just were not on that same boat, I would say. They fell through. Laughtail had a lot of fans, Manju Baba, and they were rooted to be one of the teams to really take this tournament and win it through. But at the end of the day, Resonance just showcased why they are the best and why experience matters more than.
Yep. If you take a look at the schedule once again, the first lower bracket matchup between Team Resonance and Ace, and the second match, a best of 3 upper finals to see which will be the team who will secure the grand finals. Will it be Team Dubji Esports or will it be Team Airavata? But right now, let's fall back, talk about Resonance and Aces first, because if you take a look at the entire brackets as we saw right now, we did get to see Team Resonance and Aces have their first matchup. Unfortunately, it was Team Ace who had to go all the way down through the lower brackets, and they had to fight all the way towards lower brackets final, all the way towards lower bracket finals. So yeah, once again, Resonance versus Ace. Pretty soon we will head in towards the age to select, see what kind of ages that we're going to take. But most importantly, let's take a look at the lineups.
Resonance just looks to be the team that can take this entire one place from. Zeppy, though, is one of the biggest surprises, I would say. This young talent has really been tearing up the entire server. You have players like Hiltazad and Lucia who have the experience, who have played in professional level teams on the tier 2 and also in some cases the tier 1 level. But when you have these 2-star players, these players that have a lot of experience, on the backs of these young players, it just is a big change, right? Resonance, they are the ones who should be able to take this and win. But when you have experienced players on the roster and a lot of young talent, there's a problem that they are not going to be able to match out probably. But on the opposite side, where there's Team Aces, experience is not really that big of a factor because the team synergy is just so much more better. Originally, I didn't expect the members of Team Aces to have such a Cinderella run, in my opinion, because their roster didn't have any big names, but they've been proving me wrong. they're consistent in their playstyle and they're able to make it very beautifully. Players like Devil, Matt the King, Ronin, they've been coming alive in rounds that you never expected them to be able to punch out. And when you have this kind of a team in your roster that can always bring back around even when they are when they are not supposed to win, this team can really ride the momentum. And unless we see Team Resonance pull out strategies that can put a halt to a lot of these aggressive plays made by Team Ace, and are of course wise to when they swap out their playstyles and go a little bit slower, it's going to be difficult. And as we jump on down over towards the map video screen to see exactly what the battleground is going to be looking like, Baba, it's going to depend heavily on how Resonance are going to answer. Because even if you have the experience, these young talents are so unpredictable that it could just be your end here in this one.
Yep. And looks like it's the same maps that they've picked all the way back from the first matchup itself in double elims. The first map being Ascent, which is picked by Team Ace. Map number 2 Split being picked by Team Resonance. And the only difference is that instead of a decider being on Find, it will be on, I believe the third map will be on Sunset. Sunset will be the decider map. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just head on into our agent select. Let's not forget, the first map that we saw on map Ascent, it was Team Aces who had picked the map, and they had to lose against Team Resonance. And yeah, talking about the agent select itself, it's always interesting to see all these changes here. Zephy always loves the duelist. We've seen a lot of race plays being made on map number 2 Split. And yes, I was about to mention that Lucia actually picked Clove on a map like Ascent, and they've been they have made a tremendous performance up against the Team Aces. It was 13-11. Team Aces had a lot of difficulties in trying to adapt to the situation, and since it's working out, they're using the same lineup as they did in the previous one.
I am so confused. Both teams have very interesting compositions, I would say, on paper. Phoenix getting picked up on the map of Ascent is not something that I've seen other than the one Vietnamese team. I completely forgot the name of it. God damn it. There was a Vietnamese team that always used Phoenix back in the PS2 Challenger series, and I loved to watch that squad because the way that they played Ascent was drastically different. Mark Haito, of course, he is a very confident player. He knows how to make this Phoenix work, but the same level of Phoenix mastery is so difficult to see. Very few teams can even pull up the Phoenix and make it work properly. In my opinion, this is going to be quite the interesting ploy. Both of these teams running drastically different compositions, and for the first time, Baba, I'm actually excited to cast a game of Ascent. It's been a while, but Valorant would just be interesting for once.
Yeah, usually on a map like Ascent, you'd always expect to see a mirror match, right? It's always the Jet versus the Jet. There's always a mid fight that always happens with the op shots, but this time it's a little bit different. I'm pretty sure usually if I recall, it was Dr. Evil who used. No, I don't think it was Dr. Evil. I believe it was the Sentinels, which the sheriff shots that I've expect was just so really good. But let's not dwell on the past, just focus on the present. And if I talk about presence, it's the explosive execute already at the hands of Team Ace. Prefires will be made through the smoke, hopefully to catch a player or two. Already there's a lot of noises being made towards the Ace side as post-plant will be commenced from the attackers.
They didn't really break out the door though, that could be an issue. Lucia already good for 1 kill, catching on Magnakin. Good extension from the side, Marmarka is not going to be able to find the shot though. Lucia instead good for the trigger shots. He needs to make the rotations happen. Has one smoke in hand. Needs to cover up the front side of main if they want to take this retake. Leonin, good for the kill. Immediately gets traded though. Dr. Evil not missing a single beat here. 2v2 on the map. And they have enough utility to make this one work. Kel'Thuzad's already spotted. And Dr. Evil, he's not the wiser for it either. The haunt comes through. The classic shots missed. And Kel'Thuzad with the movement speed comes in down strong. A beautiful play coming in from the members of Resonance as they hold down the line, get the first clutch with a smile. You can see that Kel'Thuzad, he loves to show off to the camera.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, give him any role and he will deliver the impossible. Be it if it's a sentinel or a controller, Kel'Thuzad has is always a good support for their team. And when it comes to those clutch situations, he gets the job done. But yeah, talk about the entire execute phase itself. I believe I did see a triple kill being made from Sir Ronin's Sheriff. You always need to know that, especially when it comes to those eco rounds, there is highly likely a possibility that the team aces have actually secured some of them, which is very crucial, right? On a round that has in which one of the teams have a lot of economy advantage and have all vandals in their end, and losing a thrifty round definitely costs a lot for the opposition side, right? So there is high likely a possibility that Ace could end up securing most of those rounds, especially on a map like Ascent. But it really depends on what kind of compositions that they're going from. So last time I remember, Zephy had a little bit of a problems from his end when he was playing as the Jet on map Ascent. Total, he had a total of 15 kills on the map of Ascent up against Team Resonance. So I think we might see some changes. I mean, he was popping off on map number 2 split. So maybe we might be able to say we might be able to see something different coming in from the side of teammates.
These young talents and them being nurtured is what we're really here for. These tournaments give these players an opportunity to really showcase their mettle here. But for now, a little bit of a reset coming in from the members of Team Ace as they're doubly keying their way in. Already up close and personal towards the short side as Markai working his way up. Let's get swatted out by the alarm bot, so they need to be a little bit careful of how this fight's going to take. A good one-way coming out from Lucia. Just hold back the attackers from trying to go in for a WQ push. Even then, the one-way will sway them for a little while, but Zephy missed out on both shots of the Marshal. That's going to hurt. That's a big weapon pickup for the attackers as they're making their way towards B. Leonin, what's your answer here? He needs to find a good catch over onto one player. Otherwise, this rush could just spell his doom.
Yeah. And with them securing 2 kills back to back, and that too with the Sheriff, is going to be tougher for Resonance to fall back. So it's all up to Lionel to secure these 3 kills back to back, and is in a very good spot. Takes one, immediately gets traded out. Secure of post plant will be imminent. The only difference is Resonance. They have the weapon control. They have Bulldogs. They have, Spectres. So there is high likely a possibility that they could win this post plant, unless and until that one headshot from that Sheriff could be the make it or break it moment for teammates.
Oh, I don't like the way they're doing this, but Lucia, crouch peek was just gorgeous. Now it's all up to Dr. Evil. He's gonna go for the 1 kill, but Lucia immediately catches him out. Doesn't even give an opportunity to allow Dr. Evil to go in for the second shot. 2-0, but a very well played round coming in from the members of Team. There's no reason why they should have gone for peaks like this, but at the end of the day, Resonance, one small mistake is what it takes for your opponents to take full control. Lucia, one more fight for him. The 1v3 clutch. Could be asking for a little bit too much from this experienced gun.
There's the bonus round for Team Resonance, so I think it's just going to take the Vandal and fall back to safety. Maybe he'll just find an opening or two. Markai almost getting off the shot, but eventually it will be Dr. Evil who will secure the kill. 2-1 as Team Ace will secure round number 3. And it turns out Team Ace, the main thing that you have to focus on to is the double duelist composition, right? You have both Phoenix as well as the Ace. Phoenix as well as the Raze, which is very powerful on site executes, right? You have one Phoenix flashes and proceeds all the way towards the other side. You have the satchel charges of Rage, where you can have instant access towards a boathouse. So once you have that explosive entrance, the defenders needs to have a proper ending. And Zephy just decides to go aggro, immediately cancels out, run it back. Kel'Thuzad secures one more. And Team Resonance, they are holding it out really well. Okay, Kel'Thuzad, wall bang, immediate. Zephy does the same. And turns out Kel'Thuzad, an important pick, and he gets away safely. Unless and until if he gets a kill, of course.
I don't think they're going to give it to him. The poor man's going to need to go on a hunt. And he died out in the process. Hey, but he acted like an owl drone. So we can give him that much, right, Baba?
Yeah.
He cleared out B main.
Owl
He was
drone
the
of
true
30
owl drone
seconds.
that they needed. True. No, it's not 30 actually. It's 15, right? Yeah, it's 15. now.
40 seconds.
One
He's in a
enemy
good
remaining.
position.
Spike down B.
Sorry, little mouse. Recalling my bot. Recalling my bot.
The team Resonance scoring the round off in round number 4. 3-1. Team Resonance have secured a good amount of lead. Aces, on the other hand, still facing some major issues though. I mean, the aggressive playstyle that we saw from Resonance securing ample amount of kills really did put Ace in a very tough spot. So I believe they have either two choices: either to go in for a force buy or just go in for yet another save. I think they might go in for a normal buy though. Caller will be used to gain some info towards mid. One of them will be detected, but Markai, gotta be careful on the Alama bot. Once that Alama bot gets kicked out, it will happen quite exact the opposite. Ronin, interesting use of his ultimate. Apparently not going to catch one as of now.
Spike down mid.
Zephy though, he gets an important pick. Immediately, the information on the spike has been recovered. So right now, Team Resonance knows exactly where the spike is.
Spike's position is known, but at the same time, rotations are not going to be looking that good either. They have to worry about what's waiting for them on the opposite side of the map. Yenin can get some early information. Good recon ball coming out from him, but he's not going to get a spot onto anything. He didn't opt for a deep recon ball, but that's not required. Kill to Zat towards the side of it. He's going to be good for the double. That's the hold that they required. A little bit of a split is not going to be helpful for you whatsoever. As Kel'Thuzad, the Plague Bearer himself, just shuts down 2. No longer under the Lich King's command, but he's the one giving the commands instead. He's demanding presence from the members of Team Ace. 3K for him, and Mac the King, the clutch master for the team. Now it's his turn to get an opportunity here to make this play happen. The opportunity still presenting itself, 2v1, and play this one smart. But he needs to win against Lucia, which will be a hard bet, but Mac the King is going to be able to do it. But he runs out of bullets, so he will not survive. 4-1. But a good try from the clutch master of Ace.
4-1. I mean, at this point, Kel'Thuzad is popping off, and I also love the reference that you made. The Lich King definitely is the leader of the Lich King. 4-1. His performance has been absolute. I mean, the first round itself, he proceeds with a clutch. Next thing you know, in round number 3 and 4, he proceeds with a triple kill, back to back. Right now, if you take a look at Ace's perspective, currently they have a lockdown. Maybe they could use it. It's potential. Still got to figure out a way to at least get the opening pick on Fiza attempt.
Close.
Not going to be able to find it, so it's up to Markai to see whether he can get an opening pick or not. Absolutely not. It's L-Boy. Gets to deny it. The Sentinel who is holding in towards the A side. We get important opening pick for Team Ace, for Team Resonance.
Good shot to do. Oh boy. Holding down a very tight angle for this first initial fight. A little bit of time to go in for an even bigger catch here. Kel'Thuzad over towards the back. Mac the King's gonna be able to take down 2 though. At the bare minimum, that's the B-side. And now they have a free line of entry with the Killjoy lockdown, holding down all of the defenders from going for an over-aggressive push. Look at how much space the members of Ace were able to gain, Baba. Residents, they're gonna take a lot of time to get inside of the site. Plus, they don't have a lot of utility to do that either.
There.
They have from the shadows. They could get some info, but it needs to have a certain value to it. And especially in a 3v4 situation with Sova not being available, his Hunter Fury could have helped. Right now, all they can do is just rely on getting trades and headshots from the Vandal. So, one-way smokes will be deployed from the side. All 4 attackers currently in the side. Hellboy finds 1, takes out the Sentinel. Still needs to find 3 more. Time's ticking. The spike is almost at the time of no return, and Hellboy might be able to find the opening he requires, but no, it's Ronin who gets it. And then at the end, Lucia will survive. But a major damage has been dealt. and Ace will secure this post.
Here.
Here.
Resonance. I think the hold is well done from them, but losing out on both of the players towards the main sideline is what. Trying to set up a couple of defensive lines to try and hold this one down. For now, Hellboy, he needs to worry about quite a lot of problems here if they're not careful. Hellboy's position, not really known just yet. He's still able to hold down the dice properly. This is the play that they needed. Let's slow down. As a full reset comes in from the members of Team Ace. But for now, Steffi is trying to maybe figure out what the rotation could be looking like with this operator play towards mid, but I don't think he's going to be expecting it. Kel'Thuzad in the perfect angle. Needs to find only one bullet. Try and get the first kill for the opening. That's going to be a slight issue. Markai's going to be able to jump in towards the side and find a double here. Huge pickoff. Markai. Phoenix. Making open the side piece by piece. Zaki's going to be able to bring him down a little bit here. But this operator, not really the best of weapons for the retake. But Leonin, still very much simple enough for the hold to go through. Zephy, still holding down beautifully. He needs to find one more kill to try and make this opening happen for his team. He's able to get it, but Zero on the back end is going to be able to shut down another. Trades, working out beautifully. Zephy with the Blade Storm, he's still hitting everything. But Mac the King comes in for the big save, takes out Leonin. And with that, 4-3 scorelines. The members of Team Ace, they're breaking it at the side, and they're playing their post lines beautifully. Their positioning is in perfect. It's in perfect synchronization.
Oh man, for a moment there, I was about to see, Zephy just pop off. The op shots and the Blade Storm definitely, like, almost he did get to clutch it out, but yeah. Like Ace did eventually recovered it. Once again, they're always starting off with the strategy of finding info first, and then they would fall back and rotate to a different place. This time, though, Kel'Thuzad from his contestant towards mid will secure his first frag by taking out
Nice kill.
the KJ. And the second one from Ronin too. So let's not forget, this is a thrifty round coming in from Resonance, and they're recovering it pretty well.
Careful here.
Cover going out.
Once again, Ace is currently feeling. They already lost two of the players back to back, so they can heavily rely on long range fights or maybe flashes. But he doesn't have any flashes left. Seppi once again attempts from the outlaw. The second connects. Markai goes out, and Lucia decides to go a little bit aggressive. Secures one thanks to Hellboy's judge, and it's all up to Dr. Evil to figure out a way or two, and he will be judged from Hellboy. 5-3. As Team Resonance come back with a 2-round lead.
Find the weakness.
Ronin went in for too much of an aggressive play with that judge all by himself. I question what the game plan was in that scenario. Yeah, jumping in with the judge can bring you value. Yes, it will give you a little bit of an edge from time to time, but not like that. You need to be careful. Yeah, that's a little bit too much space that you're trying to demand from your opposition with absolutely no utility being invested, Baba.
Yeah, absolutely.
And cause problems later on down the line, but for now, it seems as though Zephy, he's gonna be the one to come forward, but Kel'Thuzad, man, this guy's aim is improved by a large margin. He is not skipping a single shot here. Look at this man, just shutting everyone out of existence. Zephy comes in for a little bit more backup. It's Kel'Thuzad. He's hunting down with his buddy, Ronin. Perfect for one kill, but he's going to be able to find the secondary as well. Nearly lined up for the double. His Resonance. They do find him, but at what cost? Two of the members did die out, but at the end of the day, if you look at the scorecards, the economy for Resonance, it's looking pretty stacked.
that it is. At this point, for the past 2 rounds, it's been the Zephy's show. Aggie. 2 rounds, he's still using the outlaw, and he's gonna do it again for the third time. And if he catches Mac the King, imagine the amount of value that Resonance is going to get in the next future rounds. The main reason why I'm saying this is because an outlaw secures a kill even if you have light armor on. That's how powerful that gun is. Of course, for heavy, you still need to secure 2 shots back to back. For light, it's just 1 body shot. That's how powerful it is. And it's used in extreme situations, not in every single situation like you see right here, but yeah, for Ace, they gotta be careful though. There you go, Showstopper is on, so is the Satchel Charges, so rest of the players will fall back, and that will end up being its downfall to Lionel. Sir Ronin finds one. Once again, it's all up to Kel'Thuzad. He finds one, haste, and immediate to resurrect. Does Kel'Thuzad get it? No, he does not. He gets caught in a very tough spot, and it's Zephy once again with the Outlaw. Now it's a wall bang. He takes out Markai. Ronin is still alive. He's still kicking. A headshot to take out the Sentinel. But how will they secure this post plant here, Aggie?
Let's smoke. Maybe get a little bit more of a forward position. Zephy! He's gonna be gorgeous with it. But Ronin have the perfect off angle to try and shut him down. A 3K for Ronin and a 3K for Zephy. Both of these players, both of these young talents are really heating up the server every single turn. Resonance. All of their limits are being tested in a couple of these rounds. Team A's, with this double duelist composition, hasn't really been utilizing it to its fullest potential, but they're making it work. And slowly but surely, they are getting faster and a lot more sharper in their executes. I'm pretty sure you can tell too. Yeah, their takes are becoming better and better with time.
It really was a risky round. They had to win, or else Ace would have been once again a thrifty buy, right? Cosmic Divide.
Yeah,
he's just having a field day right now, Aggie. Zephy, like, granted, the first match when I saw him go up against with the same team, Zephy was not having a good day at all. But right now, with his shots of the Outlaw, the Vandal, and also his Blade Storm, he is putting a lot of stops towards Ace's plays. They've already removed the duelist, and it's all up to the Astra to at least block some line of sights and gain entry towards it. But it's going to be a tough one. If they're losing 2 players back to back in the early rounds, and that spell dangers for teammates.
Make this one work. Markai already spotted a couple of jiggle beats. The thing that makes the difference for them. Kel'Thuzad in a perfect position, but this off angle will be cleared out soon enough. Dr. Evil thinking first line of contact. They're waiting for Markai to maybe find one kill at bare minimum over towards the opposite side so that a couple of more rotations will be baited. 30 seconds left on the call, but what a flick shot coming in from Dr. Evil. Beautiful hit. Thunder's Fury does find value. Chunks a little bit of damage, and he's going to be able to catch out Zero. Down over to a 2 versus 3 situation as Markai does make his way back towards B main. He needs to use to run it back to buy a little bit more time for Dr. Evil to have a forward position. Good utilization of the ultimates, but they have no idea what's waiting for him in the back. Lucia's going to be the thing that shuts him down. Sadly, the knife didn't come through, but that's completely fine and dandy. Dr. Evil still very much alive here. Would be the one to go in for the clutch. Down over to the 1v1. Lucia versus Dr. Evil. The young talent up against the experienced veteran. How will this one play out? 2 seconds left for the smoke though. Ample amounts of time. The spam comes in as Dr. Evil. He's playing the perfect game here. The mind games do commence. Low on HP will be Dr. Evil. The time not in his favor as Lucia. I don't think he's going to be able to get it. Nope, he does not have enough time. And Team Aces, they take this round.
Dr. Evil, MVP of this round.
Last round in the
Removes Kel'Thuzad, proceeds with post plant, and ends up clutching a 1v3. It was a 1v3, remind you. When Markai got himself picked out on B long, it was a 1v3, and he clutched it. Huge plays coming in from Team Ace. 6-5. Resonance, they definitely will be feeling the heat because this is the first half, and this could maybe end in a 6-6 score line at the first half.
Theoretically, That's a pretty rough miss.
Oh, no.
Here comes the judge too. But Kel'Thuzad can be able to get the refrag here regardless. They have to still worry about the multiple players that are from the side. Good chunk of utility now being utilized here. Leonin, he needs to be the one to get a kill here, but Marka is not going to give him that either. Beautiful hot hands to try and bring him out of the corner side of staircase, straight up in towards the open side. Now there's his residence. One single players that seems to be alive all the time. They're going to be the ones to the fight. Kel'Thuzad, he's been good and he's been perfect for a lot of these scenarios, but I don't think it's going to be enough to give him the edge. Hellboy. A possible cheeky kill with the operator, but it's just not gonna give him the angle that they want. Because they know that he has an op, no one's even gonna try to swing into him. No information required because all the members of Team Ace are in perfect post match. So no matter what happens, close to impossible for a victory. 6-6. Because Rolly is Coliseum. They will come on back towards this game. End off on a clean save.
A lot of risky plays, and this combo, you have to love it. The pull from the Astra and the combo from the Judge, it's just chef's kiss. That's all I can say. Execute was good. They trapped the operand towards mid. Both the pressures were made towards B long and mid market, making it difficult for Team Resonance to even secure a post plant. But now everything's been reset. It's the second half. Kel'Thuzad with a total of 15, Zephy with 12, and 11 kills to both Dr. Evil and Markai respectively.
Hey.
Just have to wait and see how this one's going to look out for them. The attack side for Team Resonance hasn't really been the best of the best, but hopefully they'll look a slight bit different as they're pushing their way in. Zephy. A bit more of aggression on his own accord. On the forward angle, yeah, this alarm bot needs to be broken out soon enough, and that will call the possible rotations towards the opposite side. As Team Resonance, they're changing up their strategy here. Wanted to go for a bit more mid pressure. That should fade out at least one Markai. Still comes in strong. Leonin does find the trade, but Zero's position does get needed out by his own teammate though, so that could be a slight bit of a problem, but at the end of the day, that's completely okay. One more member spotted over towards the opposite side. Magna King still inside of the smoke. They need to make this entry quickly because the players are already in towards the back. Kel'Thuzad's position needs to be known, and it's gonna be Zero with the backstab to shut down 2.
30 seconds
Lucia,
left.
last player remaining, doesn't really even find the shot. Zero with the triple kill, 6-7. Team Ace, they're out here to party. This lower bracket run seems to be quite interesting. History might not repeat itself, Baba. Or I might be speaking a little bit too soon.
Granted, they had a rough patch in the first half. Looking at this amazing recovery in the second half, not only ending the first half on a 6-6 equalizer, getting themselves a good lead in the second half and put themselves in good economy will apply a lot of pressure towards Resonance. And maybe they might go in for yet another aggressive tactic. This time it will be all the way towards mid. It's just a pistol round, which means all of the pressures will be made. Triple push, just waiting for the flash.
Oh no, Yabel!
Oh boy. Just gonna back off for now. Page's haunt will be destroyed, so they know that there is players playing in towards mid, but they don't know how many players are present. So that information is still on.
That could have been so bad if Devil disconnected in that scenario. Ace.
Oh boy.
To find that edge here. And it all depends on the first line of contact. That's the first line. That's the swing. And a beautiful gravity well to give all of the information away. Shots still connect though coming in from Leon, and they're able to find 2 frags at the bare minimum, and mid control has been established. But with all of their players at very low HP, with no armor whatsoever, Sir Ronan's just running it down. He has free reign for the players of Resonance, and the shots just keep on connecting. 6-8, ladies and gents. Is Resonance? They're left scratching their heads slightly, but with their buys now coming through, I want to see what kind of strategy they will employ for a full-scale attack. Maybe a rush, maybe a slower mid take, but I think a rush looks to be their best possible answer. From what I can tell, the members of Resonance, they're spreading themselves out a little bit so that they can go for early aggressive plays. Their mid is completely out in the open. And even if you establish mid control, I think going inside of the site is a bad idea. Instead, playing through their spawn should be your main target.
You should never underestimate Astra Star. And looks like this is the third time we're seeing Team Resonance go with the same push once again, applying mid pressure. This time Team Ace have no idea. They think that half of the players are currently making a presence towards B long. Jump info from Ronin. We'll find one. Towards the players all the way towards the backside. Now info will be given towards mid market. Now there's a lot of pressure coming in towards the Ace's side, but he forgot about Lucia, who just made a huge flank towards the backside. Oh boy, that's a huge blunder coming in from the Ace's end. And right now it's Resonance who gets the best of it.
Here.
Okay. I love that members of Ace started pushing up. I tell you this all the time, right, Baba? That we need to go for early aggression over towards A. Otherwise, we're just sitting ducks because we found a lot of information on B that there's a high chance that they're playing the B side, but we need to clear out. We go there, we clear it out, and then we leave it. Or we completely wrap the spawn site. Lucia was just chilling inside a spawn, expecting that play to happen. And the level of punishment that Resonance were able to find and a good read that they were able to get is what's giving them the edge here. These form of changes is what's perfect! This kill disaster shot! Gotta love it when you see it. A perfect anti-flash position coming out from the man. Sir Ronin spots out one of the players. Just find a little bit of space to play around with, but even then, it's gonna be hard to try and get him out of that position, but the shock dart coming in from the end was perfect. Would have been straight on the leg. Good kill as Mac the King spotted out the Avengers, and he's not gonna be peeking that one anytime soon. Back towards the site he goes, but site hold up against 4 players. Resonance. It's more of a suicidal move than anything else.
There's still an alarm bot towards mid market. So once they made,
Found them. Alarm bot down.
there you go. Once they make their presence known, I believe the Astra will fall back towards.
Yeah, wants to hold the site.
Was the spawn side, but no, it's a little bit late. The timing is a bit late, and now it's all up to Mac the King, who needs to
30
hold
seconds
all
left.
by himself in a 1v4 gunfight. He secures one. Now, can he finds the second? He might have some good information, and thanks to the smoke, it might be able to get it. No, it was a wall. It was a wall bang, not a confirmed headshot. Man, that would have been really good. It would have been a 1v2 situation. It will be made, but it will be Lucia who catches him off the act.
Hey, you don't do that against Lucia. He already knows your shenanigans considering how much he played Astra in the past.
30
Ronin
seconds
though,
left.
I'll give him that much. He did a pretty good job, but Mac the King nearly pulled this clutch off. If he just got one more kill over on the Sova, this was all but over. Team Resonance, but now that these buys have finally come through, Resonance, their overarching strategy is starting to take shape. They want to go for these early duels towards mid and set up Zeppi as much as they possibly can. Be that primary form of entry as Markai. He's gonna be able to find one more. With the fast rush coming towards mid, they're utilizing the Phoenix flashes to perfection. These early rushes is what's really working for them. The Enen's position is good, but he needs to find multi-frags here, but it's not gonna happen. Markai! What are these plays? This guy knows no bounds. Good for one more kill as Dr. Evil comes in for the big save. It's all up to Lucia to try and maybe get this clutch. 5 HP to his name. Has into the shadows to get a retrieval on the spike, but even then, this is gonna be a tough call. Lucia, he needs to kill both of the players without taking a single shred of damage. I have no idea how he's gonna make this one happen.
Oh, he's not.
Oh,
He's not. Definitely not. Oh boy. Yikes. Man, for a brief amount of moment, I'm not gonna lie, me and Aggie almost had hopes that a 1v2 clutch could happen. You know, it's high unlikely that the Omen with just 5 HP could have a major chance, but yeah, fortunately, you hate to see it. in the end, it's Team Ace who ends up securing the win nonetheless. And let's not forget, this was a thrifty round, right?
This is a 50-round victory coming in from the members of Team Ace too. I'm surprised, but at the same time, not surprised as well. You know why?
Why?
The members of Resonance
Wanna
just does not have a flash. They do not have a flash. There's a reason why KO is so powerful on this map, and you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot play this map without a flash. It's because
And
of
also,
stuff
it's a
like
double
this.
duelist.
Unless, forget about the double duelist factor. The Phoenix is the main reason why they lost here. If the Phoenix
Yeah.
didn't flash through, do you honestly believe that Ace was going to be able to make a play like this? No, they just had sheriffs in their arsenal. Even if they had rifles in their hands, this play would have been the exact same. Phoenix is just an incredible agent to have if you can play your cards right early on with those flashes. And your team, if they're expecting it, if they're ready to peek with you, you can use one single flash to take over the entirety of mid and just completely run over your opposition. The Vietnamese team that I'm talking about, Fancy, if I recall. God damn it, I forgot the name. I need to go check it. Yeah,
I remember that team. The team was unstoppable. I think I remember it. Yeah, let's just focus on the round as Team Ace. My god. Ronin just starting things off already with 2 important kills back to back. Resonance are not having a good day, especially on the second half in attack. Leading to only 3 players left. The controller, the initiator, and the sentinel. They have to figure out a way to recover this round, and for Team Ace, all they have to do is just sit back, relax, have a cup of tea, and wait.
Turrets destroyed.
So Lucia's gonna be trying to maybe work a little bit of a lyric. Showstopper already being utilized, doesn't really find the kill, but some space at the bare minimum, so that's completely fine! Dr. Evil smells the fear coming out from Hellboy.
Last player
But
standing.
Flash over on a 1, and this is the strength of the Phoenix. The confidence of Markai in action. The man just swings an angle and he takes the duel without any concern for his life. That's the strength of this character, ladies and gentlemen. 8 to 10. Team Resonance. If they lose the map of Ascent, I dare say that this could just be a possible victory coming in from Ace. Their team coordination, they look with their team coordination. Sorry, they look to be unstoppable.
I love this part. Get out of my way.
And once again, Markai dealing a lot of major damage. I mean, even Ronin as the race, he's been popping off lately. Once again, there's mid pressure being applied on Team Resonance. Information will be given. No stars, and it's Zephy with the first headshot. He needs to find another player, Zoro. It's gonna be a tough one, so a smoke will be placed so that the Jet can just focus all the way towards the boathouse. Paranoia will be made, but Zero still gets it.
Down B.
Elthazard will reply back. Most run is in. It's a 4v3 situation. What could go wrong, Aggie?
A lot of things. Still have to worry about the Silver Ultimate that's waiting for them on the opposite side. Killjoy, no longer being a problem. Markai's gonna be able to double key his way in, but he whips out on a very key shot, and Lucia. His aim working wonders. Dr. Evil's gonna be able to take out 1 at the bare minimum, but trying to go in for a clutch could just be an impossible task for this man. Better off to go in for a save because their economy is not gonna be looking that good. Guaranteed scoreline of a 9 to 10 for the members of Resonance. A little bit of a switch in their pacing. Gave them the edge here, but for how long, Baba? Because now Phrase, it's their time to switch out their pacing. Going for a complete strat. Phoenix is very potent and powerful, only if you're using it to gain early control away from your opposition. And unless I see Markai doing exactly that, playing for a retake is going to be
I believe the main reason why I see Team Resonance constantly applying pressure into its mid is because they want to play aggression with aggression, if you know what I mean. Because when you have a double duelist composition that always applies pressure towards mid, you have the flashes that can disorient, you even have the satchel charges to force them out of their comfort zone. The crosshair positionings wouldn't go as well as expected it to be. It will be a lot tougher. But wait a minute, I'm seeing both the duelist, Markai and Ronin, who might get an important pick, and that is Markai. Wallbang. There goes your controller, and
Yes,
now
relax.
tension brews around towards Resonance's end as they're
Big
slowly
ult.
losing time. Zero finds one. Cosmic Divide's been opened up. Lionel, will he get it? No, absolutely not. The controller is doing major damage, and the double duelist is just doing major damage towards Resonance. Only 2 players left. The Phoenix is just popping off left, right, and center. But let's not forget about Resonance. They still can come back. It's a 2v3 situation, and Resonance are slowly losing the.
Hey, you used the running back?
Down mid.
Oh, just run away, just run away, just run away. Don't even try. Poor old Kel'Thuzad's not been having a good day, is he? The man's hunting down kills, but no one's giving him any. Goodbye, Kel'Thuzad. You're
One
gonna be
enemy
missed.
remaining.
But hey, you're the owl drone for the team, right? The Hellboy? Now it's a little bit of information to play around with, but the information is not gonna be enough. It's Markai. Immediately is able to take control.
There.
With that, ouch. Markai. These rushes are just so beautiful. Coming in from the members of Team Ace. The way that the Phoenix is able to establish control and then Zero playing for those close proximity fights. He's catching the members of Resonance off guard. With that, 11 on the board. 2 rounds away from winning out the map with Ascent. I'm gonna keep on saying this. If Ascent is a loss, I do not believe Split is gonna be any better.
I mean, on the bright side, it is Resonance's map pick. That's all I can say, but it really depends on how well the composition works from Resonance's side, right? Once again, applying pressure towards mid, leaving the entire A long at the hands of Markai. Being very confident at this time, just needs to make sure that he has to win the gunfight or either get the information. Pushes will made towards A. Markai, what did you just do? You can't just get 2 kills back to back with the Phantom, and who's about to pop off. Lionel with 2 back-to-back kills. Zero still gets it. There goes the Opper. It's a 2v2. It's anybody's game now.
2v2 on the map. Resonance does have the culture lockdown to play around with. Hellboy needs to get in position quickly, but at the same time, look at where the defenders are, Baba. They're on 2 opposite sides of the map, so technically Zero is all on his lonesome to try and maybe get this clutch to happen.
One enemy remaining.
Needs to find the perfect
Zero.
timing, and he's gonna be able to get it. Hellboy's position's already known too. But Hellboy, that's a beautiful molly. He's gonna be able to force him out in towards the corner, but the smoke placement from Zero is just perfect. He just needs to live here. As long as he survives, the Killjoy's gonna be able to come in for the big save. 16 seconds left on the clock, but why did you peek? You didn't need to peek, buddy.
Oh.
10 seconds.
With 11 seconds left on the clock, that's the jump down, and the shot's connect! Hellboy!
Oh, my God.
All the way from down under, drags
Coming
him
back.
in. Goes for an uppercut punch. Good God, you ace. That round should have been yours.
A.
Oh man.
Enemy down.
All Zoro had to do was just stay put
Remaining.
and go in with the dual peek. That's all he had to do. Such a missed opportunity. That would have been a 12-9. It would have been match point for Ace. And now they've just given Resonance an opportunity to come back. The smokes were present. The timing, on the other hand, didn't quite worked as expected it to be. But initially, the initial kills though from Markai, I mean, how can you get away with 2 kills on a Phantom while being in long range? Like, how does that work? Usually, you need to secure 2 shots to the head if you're in 30 meters range, right? Actually, not 30 meters, 15 meters range. It was almost 16 meters. And somehow he gets away with 2 kills back to back, and that too when the smoke was being placed. And Ace almost had that. Ace almost
That
had
was
it.
a little bit too close for comfort too. Baba, the way that
Mhm.
Markai is playing, it is insanity. This man has no fear in his eyes. And he's still swinging and taking kills. This last one coming in from Mac the King was very questionable. I don't know why Mac the King is not really performing to that same caliber that we witnessed from him when it came down to Sovereign. There are a lot of very basic mistakes that are being made that is causing this to happen. I expected Mac the King to just jump on top of the generator instead of going for a direct drop down because he had the time for it. And because Resonance were on a press for time to get that spike plant down, it would have been a very different story. I don't like how Team Ace is giving away a lot of these rounds because now that Resonance has that taste of victory, they could get a possible comeback. This map is pretty much a penultimate map, in my opinion, because of how good Resonance are. They need to get this answer quick. Otherwise, Team Ace could be running away with the series and just sending them back home.
I think maybe the Odin could be the answer. I just saw Fade have an Odin. But I don't think they have the information just yet, though. Resonance, they've got themselves a chance. A great clutch that has been made. Paranoia has been used. Will they find out Markai? Can they remove the dangerous duelist in the side of Team Ace? Lots of utilities has been used to ensure that none of the attackers would make their presence known or just push all the way towards the side. Cosmic divides will be placed as well, giving them ample amount of opportunities to bring back a good amount of backups. Losing a lot of time, and I believe at the span of 30 seconds, they'll make their presence known on the A side.
They're waiting this one out. Maybe possibly trying to bait out a couple more people who could be going for the execution here. Ronin doesn't really have a lot of space to even try to take a fight. 2 smokes
30
in
seconds
front of
left.
his face, and this is the power of a double controller, ladies and gentlemen, on this particular map. But Zephy, he's not going to be expecting zero. He's still waiting inside of the smoke. He catches him on the angle, and 2 players are still holding. The defenders, they're in prime positions, but they have to worry about Zero, who's stuck on the underside. They're trying to bait him out. Zero's not going to be able to find the kill. The trades galore coming in from either end. Hellboy just shut down one more as Resonance. They're still in it to win it. 6 bullets left inside of this Vandal, and they are not going to be able to go in for this retake as quickly as they would have hoped for. Hellboy being towards mid basically means that, hey, we cannot use the Killjoy lockdown to break our way in towards the side. We need to go and dry. But these dry fights will be taking a lot more longer than expected. Time ticking away. The spike is going to be exploding in just a little bit here if they're not careful. The spike needs to get defused, but the positions are just perfect. One on the sidelines, and the swing comes in from both ends. 11 to 11. Team Residents. They are going to be the ones to win. In fact, the King, he is not happy about this whatsoever. You can see it in his eyes. Team Ace, they're making mistakes. Very, very simple mistakes. And the shots that they're missing, it's stacking up piece by piece.
Oh boy. I'm pretty sure if Ace doesn't secure this round, we might see a timeout because they have to reset. Currently, it's Marka and Ronin who's been doing all the heavy lifting as the duelist. It usually works when they make an aggressive attempt, but this time they're going in for a full-on save, relying on their trusty sheriffs. Ronin has been on point. He's going after Zephy. Zephy is also well known to be really good, but Markai, the flash didn't quite work out as expected it to be, and Zephy will take advantage on that. 2 players are gone. It's still the eco round. Ace is still mainly focused on getting kills. Lionel, on the other hand, please let me in.
One enemy remaining.
Zephy gets one more. And at this point, Ace is just playing it for saves. Dr. Evil, all he can do is to secure a kill or 2. Can he win this fight against Zephy, though? That's the biggest question.
Oh, it's gonna be hard. He in a good spot, but too many players right in front of him. Old Dr. Evil's not gonna be able to do much. 12 to 11.
Match
The
point.
comeback is happening here. Baba.
That can happen.
I think I cursed him. I think I cursed him a little bit too hard, didn't I?
I mean, it's not the curse.
Turret out. Placing swamp grenade.
I don't think it's
Probably
a,
was.
it's just that Ace made that one single mistake, right? Zero had it under control. He was 11 HP. There was no other, like, there was no reason for him to repeat, right? But in the end, they still have a chance. They can recover this. They have lockdown. They have run it back. Jump peek from Magda King. He will get info, but in return, he will be dealt minor damage. Crawler will detect information on Jets' whereabouts. That is Zephy. They will be playing it safe this time. No aggressive peek, no aggressive attempts, but there's a star present at Catwalk. So once Zephy makes his presence known, they would go in for a pull. They will go in for those peeks. But will they get that timing right?
What possibility? It's Resonance. They're known to be well versed in closing out their maps. Zephy, the flick connects actually. Ronan swinging straight into the awaiting arms of Zephy. Three frags should be able to come in. Markai, good for one kill before Zephy does trade him out there. And the shots are still doing so well. Zephy's recoil control is immaculate in that regard. Hellboy's gonna be able to trade out his buddy immediately, and the site entry's done. B-side. Now for the
30
here for
seconds
the members
left.
of Resonance with the spike now going down.
Spike
With a very
planted.
late lurk coming in from Lucia. They have every position
should
under
run.
control. They don't even care about what's gonna happen over towards B main. And because Lucia's in this exact position,
Cover
any
going
player
out.
that wants to try and push in towards the side needs to break through him. So Lucia, will you be the guardian for your team? Or will you fall and allow them to die? Oh, he made a footstep, but no one heard it! Hello?
Oh no.
Why did no one hear it? He made a footstep. Oh, they're done. Bye.
Yep.
Attackers
It's
win.
all over, folks. Team Resonance once again secures map number 1 Ascent on a 13-11 scoreline. Exactly the same scoreline as we saw on the first matchup. Ace had such great presence, but there were so many mistakes. So many
Okay,
mistakes.
I'm gonna be really interested to see one thing. You're saying this was
Yeah.
the exact same scoreline, right? When we look at the scoreboard, I'm just gonna check if the kills are also very similar. If it is, I
well-
swear to you not.
I'm telling you, it definitely is. Because at the first match, it was Marseille and the Rays who made the most kills on Team Ace. And on the side of Resonance, it wasn't Zephy, it was Kel'Thuzad who made the most damage on map Ascent. But I'm pretty sure right now there will be some minor differences because it will be Zephy who gets to be on the MVP.
I mean,
That's what I
history can repeat itself. Think about it, history can repeat itself then in that scenario. But for now, straight on back into this game. I am very surprised in the way that Team Resonance were able to play this. Their backs were against the wall, and right at the very end, they were able to find a good answer to how to really shut down a lot of these aggressive plays coming in from the members of Team Ace. Team Ace, they switched out a lot of their strategies. They were really trying to utilize the Phoenix to its fullest potential, but why it didn't work was for one reason. They kept on losing mid control a little bit too early. The mid pretty much was their worst angle to try and fight into because of one reason. You don't really have proper utility to try and even get information out of their happiness. So what basically means that, hey, we can use that recon ball, we can use the owl phone to at least see what's happening towards mid, but with the Faith Prowler, you don't get that much information that, hey, yeah, one person's playing toward mid, that's it. What's more than that? The map of Ascent is really a game about information. Whichever team has more information to play with, they will of course be the ones to win. And you could tell that none of the members of Team Resonance were really scared of anything that could happen to them. They were expecting the fight to happen, and they were able to run their way forward and just go in for aim deals. Players like Kel'Thuzad, Zephy just single-handedly turning rounds on its head purely because of their aim, and they have to tank Sova for it. In every situation, I saw the Sova constantly feeding information that the players are possibly on a short, one could be coming in for a flank, and even the Killjoy was doing a phenomenal job. And when you have players like this on your team that can constant information to your teammates. That's perfect. Plus, I do believe that Lucia originally was the one who played Clove, and he was the one top fragging. Now it was a role swap coming in from Kel'Thuzad, who was playing the Clove. I think it fits out so much better. Kel'Thuzad is a very hyper-aggressive player, and Clove pretty much is the perfect fit for him.
When you have an ability that helps you in quicker movement, of course, Kel'Thuzad will definitely love to play a specific like that. I believe I figured out the team that you were trying to talk about. I believe it's called
Fancy United.
Esports.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this team also had the same composition, right? They had both the Phoenix as well as the Raze, and it was an explosive entry towards Ascent. And I believe the one who was playing as Phoenix was Yes I Can.
Yes, I
and,
Can. Yeah.
Yes I Can and Nizzy. Yes I Can. My God, it was an unstoppable beast. I kid you. And looking at Ace using the same tactic, it's really good, but there's a lot of things that they need to improve, right? So let's take a look at the scoreboard once again, folks, and see what are the proper scoreboards that's happened. Hopefully our prediction would be right or wrong. It's 13-11. Team Resonance will secure the first map of Ascent, and the MVP will be none other than Kel'Thuzad. 22 kills as the controller, and Marsai with a total of 22. Amazing performance from both sides, although from zero, great attempt, but a lot of mistakes that it could have been fixed.
Saddest story is actually Kel'Thuzad's ultimate. The man used this ult, and I don't think he survived a single time.
Nope.
But hey, he
absolutely
did
not.
his job. Yeah, he did his job, right? He popped the ult,
Once,
became the owl drone, and he cleared his way first. All that you
like every single time where he was revived, he was like, "Where is everyone?"
Hey, it's a very
I
expensive
just saw there were
owl.
two players right in front of me. Next thing you know, in the next 5 seconds, it's just an empty map. You can't see anyone.
I say this all the time to my friends, that if you die, at least become the owl drone for the to every clove that I see. It's just funny to say the very least, but hey, Kel'Thuzad, he's laughing at his opponents, and he has 100%. What?
Oh boy.
Okay, buddy. We see this guy on a 1v1, you just run in the other direction. I don't think you're gonna be able to win it. Kel'Thuzad, 22 and 20, 277 ACS, 6 first kills, mind you, on a controller with a 37% headshot. Man has no bounds. He does a wonderful job at it. These aggressive plays coming out from him was only possible because he was on a controller that allowed him to do something like this.
Like you said, Aggie, he is the Lich King after all. Boy, avoid as he delivers a higher punch, especially on a map like Ascent. But the match is not done yet, folks. We still have map number 2 split, and it will be the deciding factor whether if Team East would survive or will Team Resonance proceed to the lower bracket finals. Until then, we'll keep it short.
Want a curved screen, high refresh rate gaming, and don't want to compromise? Well, the ASRock Phantom Gaming 27-inch 240Hz curved monitor is here to deliver. In the box, we've got our power cable, HDMI and DisplayPort cables, and a rugged stand. And finally, the ASRock Phantom Gaming monitor with an impressive 27-inch curved 1500R VA display. This makes for quite the immersive experience, especially in competitive games like Valorant, which demand higher refresh rates. Diving into the specs, this monitor goes up to 1080p, sports a blazing fast 240Hz refresh rate for silky smooth gameplay, and HDR10 support for vibrant lifelike colors. It covers 90% of the DCI-P3 and 113% of the sRGB color spaces, making those visuals pop at a max brightness of 300 nits. This is great for picking out enemies in low visibility situations. It's got a rapid 1 millisecond response time with MPRT mode to keep motion blur in check for perfect aim, and dual 2-watt speakers built right in just in case you don't have your headphones on you. For connectivity, this monitor is equipped with 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, 1 DisplayPort 1.2, and a headphone jack. The stand is solid with swivel and tilt adjustments, but there is no height adjustment. However, it does support VESA mounting if you want to customize your setup. The monitor also sports ASRock's low blue light technology, so those long rank up sessions are a little easier on your eyes. Additionally, FreeSync Premium is also present on this monitor, preventing screen tearing at unstable frame rates. Overall, this monitor does exactly what it says on the box. Super fast, high refresh rate gaming for titles like Valorant to give you the competitive edge you need. Today we've got something special for AMD users. The ASRock B650 Live Mixer motherboard. Packed with features and support for AM5 processors, this motherboard is a statement both visually and specs-wise. As an AM5 board, the ASRock B650 Live Mixer supports both AMD Ryzen 8000 and 7000 series processors and will continue to support all AMD CPUs until 2026. Whether you're upgrading or building a new rig, this motherboard has you covered. Power delivery is robust with a 14+2+1 phase power design, ensuring stable and efficient power distribution. For memory, it sports 4 DDR5 DIMM slots with support for 6400+ MHz speeds when overclocked. Expandability is key in any build, and the B650 Live Mixer shines with 3 PCIe 4.0x16 slots and an M.2 key E slot for Wi-Fi modules. Rear I/O is great with an HDMI and DisplayPort connector, 14 USB ports, out of which you get one 3.2 Gen 2 Type A port and a 3.2 Gen 2x2 Type C port. Those with blazing fast internet will be happy to see a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port at the back. For audio files, it features 7.1 channel HD audio with the Realtek ALC897 audio codec and Nahimic audio enhancement. Whether gaming or watching movies, you can expect immersive audio quality. Storage solutions are top-notch with one blazing fast PCIe Gen 5x4 M.2 slot and 2 PCIe Gen 4x4 M.2 slots. Additionally, it also has 2 SATA 3 connectors for additional hard drives or SSDs. All in all, the ASRock B650 Live Mixer motherboard is loaded with features that make it a formidable foundation for any high-end PC. Whether you're a gamer, a content creator, or just looking for a powerful system, this motherboard checks all the boxes.
All right, folks, welcome back to AMD Presents Flipkart Back to College Cup Season 1, powered by AS Rock, Acer, WD Black, Potronics, hosted by the Esports Club. We are back once again. Lower bracket second map between Team Ace versus Team Resonance. First map, it was Team Resonance who did secure it in a 13-11 score count, and now it's map number 2 split, the map being picked by Resonance themselves. So aggressive. Map number 1, 13-11. Map number 2, what is your prediction?
I think it could just be this really. Team Resonance on the map of split, according to VLR, won 13-3 up against Ace. Granted, it was because of some technical difficulties coming in from the members of Ace, so it could be a different story here today. But it's a completely different story on the other regard because Vortex God's not playing here today. Zero instead is going to be the one who choose. So they're playing with the sub. So technically, they don't have that same strength. Main selection is now live, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be jumping in towards that. And I'm kind of interested to see how this double data composition is. Team Ace, known for their raw aggression. They love to take these early fights and they can win out on it in every regard. Yes, they can overwhelm their opponents, but Team Resonance is also very good in the way that they're able to swap out their pace. They know how to slow themselves down so they don't have to play from map control, allow the raw aggression from the members of Team Ace to happen, so they waste out utility, so that the defenders, can use their own utility to take over the space that is being taken by Ace. And those are the small things here and there that allow the members of Team Resonance to just fully take control, while Team Ace just has one tone in mind. Their slow fights are not really that, how do you put it? They don't really have that same level of oomph that the members of Team Resonance. And I'm really hoping that there's going to be a little bit of a change in their style after this pause, because the map of split really is a map that tests the team for their overall execution style. Either you go in fast or you go in very slowly, going in opting for more mid control, maybe routing your way from the side of the heaven or A heaven into their spawn and trying to pincer out from two different sides, one from screens, one from main. It's a very creative. That's why a lot of teams don't really enjoy playing split that often, because of how demanding it can be to a team's communication. If your team doesn't have proper communication lines and they make a mistake over on one side of the map, that portion of the map is now no longer in your control. And map control on split is so difficult to establish because of the amount of utility it takes to even gain it, that the defenders can do whatever the hell they want if the attackers don't have a proper side.
You know, every time when I play a map on split, I always think about it as a 50-50 map because it's a split decision.
Shut up.
Either ways, jokes aside, let's just focus on round number 1.
Were you smiling about this?
For almost 5 minutes, I'm not gonna lie. But talking about the first frag, though, already Nanoswarms securing an important kill off from Kel'Thuzad and a headshot from Ronin. Man, things are popping off from Ace right now already.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
It's like there's no split decisions coming in from Team Ace. They just wanted to W key their way in towards the Ace side.
Careful.
Zero. The last skill, helpless position's already known. Mac the King should have his stun back in a couple of seconds. As soon as Hellboy makes any form of noise, one long aftershock is gonna send him back into oblivion. The stun line's there, but it's not even necessary. A 0. Shot connects for him. A 0-1 comes through. It's Resonance. They did get caught off guard. And that's the thing, really. The team, they do get caught off guard quite often, but retaliation is where their team's full strength.
First round, once again, Team Ace will secure that pistol round. And taking a look at their agent composition, once again, it's the same. You have the, this time you have the Initiator Breach, which is very powerful on-site executes, and the flashes will be even more difficult for Team Resonance to deal with. First frag, second immediate shutdown from Hellboy, and once again it is chaos in the B side. Finally, Ace have control on the side. Post round will be given. And unfortunate for Team Resonance, they don't have good enough weaponries to secure this post plant.
It's gonna be tough, but Residents kind of already did their job being on the defensive end. Maybe if Kel'Thuzan gets one kill with the Sheriff in hand, that could make it for them. But doesn't really have the angle to try and take a fight like this. Leonin opting for his own early little bit of a duel, but they're not really giving him an angle with this classic 0-2 as Team Ace. They did lose out on 2 of their members, so a little bit of damage being done, but nothing to really write home about. Team Resonance, their buys are given an opportunity to maybe switch up their strategy, going in for a bit more of an aggressive take and possibly establishing early control will be better because of how explosive a lot of these fights have been.
I mean, at this point, the main focus has to be on countering Raze, because the satchel charge just helps you in reaching out important lines of sights very quick. Again, mid-control attempts will be made from Team Ace. Flashes will force them to fall back a little bit. Forgot about the heavy weaponries that Team Resonance have. So good crossfire positionings all the way towards mid. That will take care of mid-control. Now they just need to focus on the B side. Heavy aggressive pushes being made. With the help of Breach's flash, they were about to think of executing the side, but I think they're just going to wait it out for now.
Nice shot!
Wow.
That's the Sheriff
Spike
for you
down,
versus
B.
the Phantom. There's always going to be able to win, and Hellboy! Once on the Killjoy, now on the Reyna. Just working his way in towards the side. 0 though. It's a danger that you need to worry about. The Cypher's already in towards the back. He's coming in for a little bit of a flank. 0. Not going to be expecting this. Already spotted a little bit of a swing. He's not going to be able to get the kill. With the gun in hand. The last player's already spotted. Killed the Cypher. No! He's whipping his shots. But he's going to be able to recover. 1-2. Was a tiny bit scary. If the trend just did lose out on one more player, this would have been horrible for them economically. Residents were able to come on back. 1-2. It's a good setup is now in motion, but their trap plays need to be a lot more creative from that.
Judging by the pings that I'm looking at right now, I think they're making their effort to control A, but this time applying pressure from mid, getting control from the vents, maybe make their presence known. Fault line, good satchel charge from Ronin. And that's the thing about Raze, right? The satchel charge just gives you an instant access to the important sites where you're supposed to be in, and that provides a lot of chaos towards the defensive side. Trailblazer for information will be given. And now they're just playing mind games at this point.
It's a good workaround coming in from Markai too. With a fast push coming in with Hellboy. Not really expecting much here. A good flash, but Leon's not going to be able to capitalize. Lucio! You can whip out on shots like this. He doesn't have enough bullets for the second. But Zephy, his aim, proper and immaculate. He's expecting the fight, but Dr. Evil just has the better trigger. Kel'Thuzan in towards the side here. He should be able to work his way around towards the front. He's not going to be able to find the kill though. The peak was not proper. He was hesitating. Kel'Thuzan dying out 1-3 as the members of Team A starting off. The map was split, similar to what they did on Ascent. But they cannot count their chickens before they hatch. Confidence is key. But you need to know that you're going up against Team Resonance and your tournament life is on the line here. If you lose this map because you were a bit too overconfident, it could spell doom for your entire team. Possible double buys coming in though from Zephy. I'm pretty sure he wants to play a shotgun in the following round. That's why he was going in for a hero buy.
This is a risky buy though. Double Vandals with light, it's very risky. And look at that quick entry from Ace. Already have control, so almost half of the utilities are still present for Resonance to proceed with
the smoke, he gets a kill.
Man, that one important one. It's an initiator. Magdakin goes down. You still need to focus on the rest of the 4 players. You still need to worry about from the shadows. Still got to worry about the Jet's explosive knife shots. Okay, that was a headshot. How did that ended up being a wall bang? Marcel is still alive and kicking, which makes Resonance Esports' post plant even much more problematic. My god, Kel'Thuzad, your shots are so supreme. Arkai is still present. He is still popping off with the shots. Satchel charges not working out. Zephy with the back. No!
Player standing.
Zephy!
One enemy remaining.
He missed the shot. It's all up to Lionel. Can he secure it? Running a lot of time. Zero is just dodging in and he finally gets the shot.
Imagine if. Poor old Zephy, the adrenaline was kicking there.
I mean, he
Should have
had
made
the
that
right
one happen.
idea.
Yeah, he had the right idea.
It's just that when here's the thing. In my defense, like when he started to peak 3 times in a row and he finally got that kill, once he started to use the showstopper, he did the same exact thing again, which ended up accidentally hitting the wall. That's what I think.
He could have just waited
muscle
behind
memory.
the wall, used the
Muscle memory.
showstopper, and then popped out. Or the because the showstopper has a very long windup. So what he was trying to do is airstrafe his way out and then come back in immediately as he was shooting the rocket. But because of the pullout time being that long, Zephy was not able to do that.
Couldn't time it right.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate. But that would have been huge though if it did connect. Though. Like both of them were at the same position. And
That's
that
a
one
guaranteed double
showstopper,
kill.
yeah, it was a guaranteed double kill. But like usually, it's muscle memory. You can't just, it's very tough to control it. But being the young gun, Zephy has done a lot of work. He does a lot of great work, especially on defense. It's just unfortunate to see these circumstances happen.
They forget their place.
Tough call overall. Seems as though another fast rush could be in its works. It towards the A side as Ronin tries to use the ultimate. He's gonna be able to find 1 kill at the bare minimum, but with his dying wish. That stage, Zephy spots out 1 straight through the smoke. The Cypher utility working wonders. Good chunk of information gained from Zephy as well, but Mark I with the Blade Storm. It's a menace to society as per usual. Soldier lockdown to give them more space. This will burn a good chunk of time. No real utility either to try and force them out of these power positions. Zephy does not have much to give here. The shots need to connect coming in from the Omen, but Lucia misses out on too much here. But Zephy, the young gun of the team, is already in towards the side and they need to break through screens to try and go in. Leonen comes in from the front lines, but the fuse is already done. Zero doesn't get the proper timing for it. He dies out.
Wait until I
Before scoreline comes in. Residents, they get this round at a hairline distance. It was a bit too close for comfort.
Definitely did avenge the previous round, that's for sure, Aggie. 3 rounds back to back, 1 through the smoke, 2nd with the kill, immediate control on the site, and a defuse. Man, that is what I like to call a flawless recovery. All Resonance Esports needs to do is to contain this aggressive peaks that Ace has been doing for the past 5 rounds. And they denied. Weapons been shown. Markai still alive, not for long. Here comes Zephy all the way towards mid, gets away to safely, uses the paint bomb, dashes away to safety.
It's coming in from Resonance. Back to the king. Swings out. He's gonna be able to find 2. A beautiful paranoia coming in too from the members of Team Ace. Well played round, but Kel'Thuzad. Disgusting one tap.
I got the spike.
The man's a criminal. Sealing away the hope of victory.
Last player
And
standing.
now he could just be the one to make the difference. 3 bullets in hand with the Cypher's hat now getting tipped off. Kel'Thuzad has all the information that he needs to try and go in for a play here. A weapon upgrade for him, and a possible rotation over towards the opposite side of the map. No ultimate to play with either, as Zero, he's down to 1 HP. 1 stray bullet
30
anywhere
seconds
on
left.
his body is going to guarantee a kill, Baba. But the plan will not be a probability for him. Kel'Thuzad has the angle, and to add insult to injury, not even going for a body shot. Shuts them down with the head instead. 3 to 4, Team Resonance, we're able to come on back. Ooh, Zephyr.
What a response though from Zephy. Like making a very bold decision, and Kel'Thuzad, my god, that was a nasty shot from the Guardian. He just used a Guardian as an op shot. So accurate. Rolling Thunder's been unlocked for Mac the King. So Resonance gotta be a little bit afraid of that. What's more important is that the Empress hasn't been used yet. From Hellboy. Okay.
Ambitious stash. That was a very ambitious dash. But hey, works don't fix it, I guess. Good early aggression, but not really enough utility to try and bring that one back. Of course, the side mode, he's not going to be expecting it. Leonin! He's already. Wait, never mind. He's aware. He will get spotted. One more swing, then Leonin.
Spike down B.
Completely prepped for it. Last one's already going to have a call that goes over towards mid. Zephy swings out with a spray. He's able to shut it down too. Boldest round coming in from the members of Resonant. Honestly speaking, Team Ace, they're banking on their aggression, but now that Resonants are already used to the fast aggressive rushes that are coming in towards them, they have now adapted their playstyle to completely counter it. Their trades have been looking perfect. Plus, they're giving Ace the map control that they want while utilizing their own smokes and the utility being thrown by Ace against them. I love to see this level of adaptations and on-the-fly changes that Resonants are making.
Shadows traveling.
Team is like a well-oiled machine bot.
This time they're just gonna take it slow. No more ambitious dashes from Masai, but instead it'll just be a slow, methodical, informative game being played by Team Ace. Resonance still have the Seekers and the Showstoppers, so once they make their presence known, I believe with the presence being known from with the help of the Guiding Light, might be able to use their utilities now. They're just waiting for it. I mean, it's surprising to see three of the players from Resonance are playing from mid.
There.
Rolling Thunder, I believe. Ready? There you go. Here comes the Rolling Thunder. So is the Seekers for the counters. This is just really good utility counters being used by Resonance. A lot of utilities being tossed around. Asai still alive. They just need to plant the spike. There you go. They have post plant in 40 seconds. Now can Resonance get this?
Possibilities there. Zephy's gonna be able to take out one at the bare minimum. Last two's already been spotted. They know exactly where the attackers are to try and play into this. Mac the King doesn't have a flash. Needs to worry about the player over towards the top. Oh, perfect angles! And Hellboy doesn't even need the help. He gets a double with the gun from Wish.com. 5-4. Team Resonance, they're still holding down the line. And this was such a savvy play too. Baba, they went in for that mid push, knowing that there's going to be a breach ultimate coming in towards the side for the execution. That's why 3 players went towards mid to completely clear it out. There was no one spotted towards market. Leonin also took a backpedal over towards alley. For that very reason, he did not want to get caught by the breach ultimate, and that allowed his teammates to go in for a full rotation with ample amounts of time to catch the opponents off guard before they even get the spike.
And let's not forget about the Seekers though. Like,
Yeah, the Seekers was also utilized to slow them down.
Yeah, a good counter for the Rolling Thunder. It's really well done. They had the info, they relayed it, and they executed it perfectly. It was really good. Right now, they're looking at Resonance. Think of making an aggressive attempt here all the way towards the other side. Zephy, to be careful on towards the jet. Trades will be made from Lucia. That's a powerful duelist being taken out. Don't worry about another duelist side of Team Ace who could deliver a powerful punch towards the mid side, and you can see a lot of pressures being made. Lucia gets one, and he gets the second. No, both of them pushed at the same time, gets away safely. All right, it's just magic at this point, but in the end it will be Lionel who gets one. Oh, he doesn't get the second though. Wall bang from Zero with the help of his Sheriff will secure it. Post plant will be given, but the man count is not favoring. The man count is not favoring for them, and the weapon is definitely not favoring for Ace at all.
I do not know what's the game plan gonna be here. Lucia is gonna be able to win the duel though at the bare minimum, so that's a good save for them. It's Hellboy. Phantom at close range is just gonna have a better opportunity for that fight. 6-4. This team is just really picking up the pace. Even with the Sheriffs, members of Team Ace did get pretty close for an overall execution, but their ultimate usage and the value that they're gaining from their ults has not been favorable at all.
This goes here, that goes there.
The overall gameplay just left so much to be desired for them. Team Ace, their early fights and their early aggressive plays are fine, in my opinion. But I think they're rushing their executions a little bit too much. McTaCane hasn't even been given an opportunity to offer give a good setup, and they're not basing a lot of their utility on information. They're hoping that something's gonna hit, and this time around it does, but Hellboy not gonna be afraid because he is on that Reyna. Takes the deal, immediately dismisses out.
Spike planted.
Waiting for a full-scale retake here, 4v4.
There.
No real utility in the hands of the defenders to even break in towards the site just yet. They need to rely on their raw mechanical skill to do this. One possible flash in hand. Zephy already in towards the side. Swings out. Comes out one. But the KJ's positioning is good. It's gonna be perfect. No one's gonna be expecting it. Dr. Evil even towards the back. No, Zero. No, you can't win these shots. They have the time and he's holding it down. Killed Tuzan in the perfect spot. Dude, no one's gonna be ready for it. And good God, mate.
Last round.
Zero. He cracked under the pressure.
Such a good timing though. Dr. Evil was in position. The flank was a risky one, but it was really good. He had all the rest of the players from Ascent Esports, like he had the surprise element. But yeah, fortunately it's just really unfortunate it had to go down like that. Again, we'll see Team Ace make their presence known from the A side. Lots of traps being denied. Here comes a showstopper from Ronin. Once again, this time securing and still being alive, both at the same time. Lucia won't be able to secure that trade, unfortunately. Post-run it is on a 3v5 situation. Ace have all the man count this time. And with the lockdown, it's going to be even much more tougher for the defenders to deal with. Wait a minute, Lucia secures one. There goes out Ronin. We got to find out 4 more. And for Resonance, I'm sticking out for them.
Stealing sight.
Taken away pretty much at the end here. Not able to make this execute happen. Paranoia used a little bit too early. Hellboy wasn't ready to go in towards the side just yet. Utility being invested a little bit too far. They need to find the angle for this fight, but Zero's not going to give this one away anytime soon. Lucia's position's already known, but all of the players might just die to the spike. Nope, it's not going to happen. 7-5 instead. Team Residents,
Switching
they
sides.
had a big disconnect for this overall execution. I do not know why Lucia threw out the Paranoia that early, because Hellboy, he didn't even want to go into the site just yet.
Well, on the bright side, role swap is in. So is the economy. Everything's been reset. We take a look at the scoreboards. 12 kills to Zephy and 12 kills to Marseille. So it's actually it's like the whole fights that we're looking at right now. It has been a bit 50-50 at this moment. Some of these moments are also just mistakes being made from Ace's side. The timing was good. It's either the problems that Dr. Evil is having from his end. Hopefully, all will be fixed in the second half. With the pistol round, they're gonna play it nice and easy. They're gonna play it slow. They're not gonna go for an explosive entrance like Team Ace did. The satchel charges and the dash from the jet. Waiting for info. The positionings, it's interesting to see that the KJ is playing all the way towards the mid side. They're a bit afraid that there would be some players pushing in towards mid. I believe Ronin would be able to get a kill or two. No, the rest of the players just gets away scot-free, and Kel'Thuzad might not deal major damage because both of the duelists are taking things under control. Some good damage being dealt around. Resonance are just left with 2 players, and Ace, they have all the time that they need to make sure that the attackers wouldn't plant the spike.
Last player standing.
Certain extent, yes, but
Spike down
Ronin
A.
single-handedly being the player to hold down Rams. And all of those kills is unheard of. It's Ronin. He's carrying his team on his back if he needs to for a lot of these fights. 7-6 for the members of Resonance as Team Ace. Their pistol rounds have been quite a treat to watch. They have a proper game plan for these rounds, while for the members of Resonance, they're hoping to just find a couple of kills. Kel'Thuzad as well went very aggressively, utilizing his H to gain good space, but
Make some chaos.
it would have been better if he just had one teammate come with him instead, because the trade potential there was a guarantee. There was no way that Markai would have been able to find 2 kills there. Tough position, but for now, Resonance. They're trying to maybe catch a couple of players in towards the B side here. No entries just yet. It's Markai. Let's catch out Kel'Thuzad with the Outlaw. They do deal the damage, and they have an orb to play with. But at this point, it's just orb farming for both of the sides. Sir Ronin back here with just a ghost in hand, but his aim has proven to be deadly here in situations like this. Angles his swing out from the sidelines just a bit here for him. Zephy's gonna be able to find 1 kill. A beautiful paranoia over on a 1. Doesn't really have the space to get himself back out in towards the open. And it's gonna be Mac the King who's good for the double here. With Zero giving a bit more backup. Good hold from the members of Team Ace. No overpeaking whatsoever, and they utilize the death of Sir Ronin. Going for perfect reflex, Papa. Very well played round.
Yeah, good replay. I was about to say good refrags. I don't know why I said replay. But yeah, the Outlaw definitely did help out Marsai to secure those important peaks. So is Dr. Evil pulling out the B side. They've managed to equalize it 7-7 this time. Ace,
There.
they just need to be careful. If they make one single mistake, I'm pretty sure the Team Resonance will take good advantage of it. An aggressive presence from the judge, which it will be taken care of from Zephy. They also have the heals from the sky, so it's gonna be a bit dicey for Ace to secure it. I mean, for not Ace, for Team Resonance to secure it. Kel'Thuzad, yet another kill, taking out the controller. This time they just need tower's control. It's just the Jet is still in the A side.
There.
And not a lot of HP remains. Only has, I believe he only has 3 HP. So, make his shots count. Kel'Thuzad still being alive. This has the Vandal in hand.
Player standing.
Just needs to secure the kill. In which Evil does. He's all by himself in a 1v3 situation.
That's just Resonance for you. As soon as they have guns in their hands, this team is a completely different
Spike
beast.
planted.
This round, not really the best for them. Something that they can work on forward. But Zephy, man. His aim is so steady. Whenever I look at Zephy, I have a feeling I'm watching Asuna. Like a lot less shakier version of Asuna. But his aim replicates his style.
There.
I mean, that's the thing about FPS, right? I mean, who knows? Like, I'm pretty sure if you look at Zephy's playstyle, he has the talents. He has what it takes to be in the competitive scene. But and I'm pretty sure that once he starts getting these good amount of experience in these tournaments, we might be able to see a lot of improvements coming in from from Zephy's end. Knowing that he also have a really great supporter like Kel'Thuzad helping him. Now let's just focus on it. Ronin with the Guardian. Will be able to secure this. Flashes will be made. Second shot will be dealt, but not a lot. Already moved all the way towards the heavens. A lot of presence being shown around towards the A side, and Kel'Thuzad is the only one who's lurking around. Denied from Mac King. Second from Ronin. Can he get the third? Yes. Good headshots being dealt around from Ace. And looks like the defenders are taking things under control once again. Second half is entirely their domain.
That possibility. Same time, not really the best one for them. Lionel. A little bit of a bait here, trying to maybe force out a couple more options. And that's not going to be a probability. Markai picking up on that operator instantly takes him out, but it did showcase that the operator is going to be in play. If the op didn't make a single sound in this following round, then it could have been a lot more of an easier round in general for the members of Team Maze because they had the element of surprise. Resonance, they're worried about this, but with the weak buys that they have, what's the real way that they can even try to fight this? One Guardian in the hands of Zephy, maybe can test this operator and try to shut it down before he can get any form of audio. For Markai, this operator is his lifeline.
Oh, important pick. El'Thuzad's out of the action. And now, it's all in the hands of Markai to deal major damage in this execute push. This works out well. Then this thrifty round should also go at the hands of Team Ace. They also have the showstopper too, so if things go south, they're able to deny these players one by one. Zero, on the other hand, tries to contest the player all the way from the top side, but gets sheriffed through the wall. Showstopper, will that connect? Yes. Lucia gets the upper hand. She needs to find two more. There is still a chance though. He has the smokes, he could use the teleport. She just needs the proper timing.
Here.
Top shot will be delivered from Markai, and just like that, we will see Ace put themselves in the lead on defense.
That's a good call coming in from Lucia, but he was a bit too scared to try and take that duel. Imagine if Lucia just walked straight on past the smoke and picked up the spike. He could have gone over towards the A side, maybe go in for a play from there. It would have been so different, but for now, we're not going to be talking about what has already happened. Let's focus a bit more on what the members of Residence are. They have two big ultimates to play with. The Neural Theft can be considered a big third as well if El'Thuzad stays alive up till the very end, because that will allow for a very fast rotation for the attackers over towards the opposite side. So Stopper in hand, the maker for them, Mackie King, utilizing a good amount of his own utility to try and stop this push from happening. B side now completely empty, and they're hoping that the Showstopper was utilized early. So now that the Showstopper is no longer in contention, this retake is going to be very simple, Baba.
If El'Thuzad gets the kill, in which he does not, I was about to say he was about to use his Neural Theft. That's gone now. So they won't get the information on the rest of the 5 players. They already have the man advantage in post plant. It's going to be a tough one for Team Resonance to be defending the B side. Just needs to waste time. They need to remove Marseille, in which Zephy does. That's one. He needs to figure out the second, in which Lionel does. Still has the power position, but it's Sir Ronin who's been dealing major damage once again. Traded out from the Reyna. Amidst all of that chaos being made around, you could see that Team Resonance are still not backing down. And what a tremendous display of defense in post plant from the side of Team Resonance.
That was a close to perfect one, though. One player over towards the side of pillar, one player was holding from the back, from the end of backside, and then there was Lucia, of course, who was the anchor for the team, playing through from main, holding down the flank. It was perfect all around. Plus, Zephy did a phenomenal job. He wasted a lot of the utility that was being, a lot of the utility that was being thrown to stop any player from pushing out from Ali. These are the type of smart plays that you would expect from a team that has scrimmed it out proper. For now, Resonance. Not even the best of spots, I would say, to try and take this fight. They'll be ambitious to say the very least. Dr. Evil.
Tower down.
If he gets spotted here early enough, it could be a problem, but the stun saves El'Thuzad there. Dr. Evil.
Look.
Oh, then Markai is going to be able to get the catch. Good find coming out from Markai. The lurk working wonders for him. Kel'Thuzad also in the most horrible situation that she could be in. These ram plays have not been working out for him whatsoever. Now Zeppi is trying to be a little bit of a danger of his own. Timing, he spots out the one, zeros over towards the back, the shots don't connect, Leonin finds everything, but they're not able to do much. Full 5-man retake that works out wonders for them. One good stun and one good flank is all that the members of Team Ace needed for this win. Flawless round indeed. Team Residents are sent back to the drawing board to think of.
All 5 members were, really did shown their presence towards A long. And once that happened, once they got the info, both Markai and Ronin decided to go in for a lurk all the way towards sewers. Eventually getting an important 2 picks, right? Especially from the Blade Storm from our side. 20 kills for him. This is a really good play coming in from Team Ace. Forcing Team Resonance on a pistol round, I believe. Only Sheriff's in hand, which is very powerful in close range, but have to be in close range to secure those kills to begin with. Once again, they're using the same strategy as they did in the previous round. They have 2 duelists controlling towards med. They have all the info that they have. So the only option is they would either make their presence known in towards the A side or in towards B. A is heavily fortified from the traps. All they have to do is just remove it. Satchel charges will be used. Zeppi is already inside, and so is from the shadows, providing them a little bit of distractions. All should be done none the wiser. Plant will be made, so is the post plant. Ace, interestingly enough, none of the players have been removed just yet. So post plant, it's still 5-5. Ace have all the utilities that they need. How will they recover this? That's the biggest question.
What one here from Lucia. Singer, he's going to be able to upgrade himself in towards a better spot. 3 players over towards the front line. Zeppi's going to be able to dodge out the rolling thunder. The spam's perfect, but they look away in the worst possible time. They were not expecting the second player. Now it's all up to Hellboy. Being caught out by multiple players. He gets stunned in as well. He has nowhere to run and absolutely nowhere to hide. The members of Team Ace are in the driver's seat for the map of split 9-11. And history is not going to be the same for them. Now that Mac the King is back and on his reach, the setups that he's giving with his own utility, it's just perfect in every regard.
Oh, this is a nice spot. Yes, this will do.
2 important picks from Zero. Pillars was the biggest main problems, right? And by taking that out, it was easier for Team Ace to secure that post plant. A job well done for them. This time you might see a little bit of contentions towards mid. Both the duelists will be in for a huge fight. Pistols in hand, Lionel does its job. Lionel does the job. A headshot to take out one of the duelists. Raze being, being eliminated this round. I think Ace will have to figure out a way to find a different method to deny the push.
Right there.
Before the storm.
I know exactly where you are.
Like the King. Perfect angle for this fight. With the neural theft now giving away his position, the attackers, they have ample amounts of input and maybe go for a proper positional play. With side, they want to fight in with Mac the King with a fadeaway. Poor old Kel'Thuzad's just not been having a good time here on this map. Constantly being shut down in his over-aggressive plays. It's not really working out. Is Mac the King whipping out on a key shot, and Zeppi's gonna be able to find the double. Criminal from the smoke is Zeppi! A one-man army!
Spike planted.
What is this kid eating? What is this one feeding him? Daylight robbery pretty much, because the members of Team Ace had the full site under control, but Zeppi just brought them all down to their knees.
Placing swarm grenade.
Dr. Evil is just making mistakes now. Pressure's mounting. He has more than enough money to go in for a bit of a save here. And now that Zeppi spotted out one, Dr. Evil's position's known, but he is not going to be prepared for the 5v1, and instead is going to be the one to shut him down 10-11.
I'm no
Zeppi
doctor, but I can.
has the showstopper coming online too, Baba.
Showstopper online, and it's even more. It's even more tension for Team Ace. Not only did Zephy just clear out the entire site, he's gonna be a menace in this round.
Goes here.
Here's the thing. Ace did the same push once again towards mid. This time they were clearly known that they would push in. But yeah, eventually it's just, man. The early kill was gone. They lost the race immediately when that happened. Might see another mid contestants. It just gets denied by 2 players.
I don't know why Markai
Elbow will
just
be the
won
one
that.
to
Markai. What?
He did the same thing twice. That's the thing.
I don't know why.
He did this 4 times in a row. Both the duelists pushing in towards mid. They're applying pressure, and they're going in for dry peaks. It would have
Quite
helped if they had
unnecessary.
a flashes. Yeah, like it would have helped if they had flashes, but going in dry like that, it's not a good idea.
Shit, a lot of the gameplay
One
lands
enemy
being
remaining.
now given by the members of Team Ace, and good God, is it just a repeat of what happened in game number 1? It's the exact same scoreline, mind you, Baba. It was 9-11. No puns intended. And now it's 11-11. This is a good pause being taken by Dr. Evil. He knows that this game is going out of hand. And if they lose here, they are done for. Tournament life on the line, with Resonance still having the showstopper under their belt. Baba, I'm scared.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the side of Team Ace is also scared, Aggie. Because, like I said, they made so many mistakes, right? Back on map Ascent, they made the mistake of not going in for a dual peak in the A site, and then second, you get to see Team Ace going in for the same strat 4 times in a row, with both of the duelists making their presence known, right? At first, it was Raze who got caught out, and now the second, it was the Jet. And it was completely a dry. I know he was trying to get a kill and then just dash back to safety, but they've been doing this 4 times in a row in the second half. And once Resonance realized that, wait a minute, if no one's playing very close on A or B side, then that means there's a lot of presence being shown in towards mid. So they started capitalizing on it. They have to, like, if one thing works out, I think it's better to just keep changing and predict exactly what kind of pushes that these guys are going to make according to their economy. That's what I think. And hopefully with this reset, I'm hoping that Ace would recover those mistakes and come back even much more stronger in this pistol round.
Yo, Kel'Thuzad!
Or
he needs
not,
to stop.
or not.
He needs to stop.
Or
He needs
not.
to stop.
The Lich King just decides no.
But dude, you saw how dangerous that fight was. If Kel'Thuzad got headshotted, that would have been a huge pickoff. But because it worked out, yeah, they're gonna be able to make it to the opposite side of the map. 12-11, I think, is pretty much guaranteed here. No real ultimates being utilized other than the Seekers. And Zephy, if he is able to hold on to the showstopper and not use it, it'll be a perfect way of closing out the game. But it all depends on how this following couple of fights is going to play out. But Trailblazer now being given the satchel, get into a little bit of a better spot. The flashes are perfect. As Resonance, they're holding down the line here. Hellboy's gonna be good for the 1 kill. They need to worry about the front lines though. One in towards the side of Heaven. Serves role in positions already revealed.
Player standing.
As Mac the King, last one alive. He does take down Zephy, and that's completely fine because you don't want that showstopper to go to waste. 12-11. And ladies and gentlemen, match point is on the
Match
cards for
point.
Team Resonance, as they're looking to close out map number 2 and win out the entire series in the process.
Team Resonance. The way how they adapt is admirable. Team Ace, on the other hand, there's always that certain situations where they get caught off for some reason. Like I'm just hoping that they would win this mid fight. Now they have the help with Mac the King, so fault line followed up with flashes should help them. Showstopper is used, be long, so Paranoia will be used instead. Leave the ult will be denied immediately. Zephy also used up his Showstopper too. Don't think he'll be able to secure a kill, but Sir Ronin does with his Phantom. securing an important frag as the controller has been taken care of. This is looking good though for Ace. Now they don't have a controller. They can't block lines of sight. They have to rush in towards the site. They have to get control, and then they need to proceed for post plant, in which they're going to lose a lot of players in the process. Magdakin gets one. Post plant is in. Not quite sure if this is a good idea. They have to wait for the Killjoy's ability to dissipate first. And once it does, then and only then it's best to go in for the plant. Dr. Evil, Lionel gets one as well. It's 12 to 11.
He needs to win
It's
this.
2v3 situation, Aggie. What's going to happen?
Yeah, Zephy just lost the fight. If Zephy was able to shut down Zero, there was a very good opportunity where they could have won this round, but
Switching
this
sides.
plays, it's happening here.
Overtime.
They lost out on Lucia way too early. His paranoia was pretty much the economical utility that was required to make the side execution work.
One enemy remaining. Enemy remaining.
Really much that you can do to try and bring this one back. 12 to 12. Team Ace, they've gotten their second chance
Yes, this
for a
should
possible victory. They need to win this one here. It's still anyone's game considering it is overtime. One Sky, I don't think it's gonna be enough to sway the members of Ace away from a lot of these duels that they're taking. The aggression from the duelist needs to be perfect. Team Resonance, they have not been coordinating the overall duelist playstyle as well as you would have hoped for. Zephy's a one-man show, but if he starts to play well with Hellboy and uses his aggression to its fullest advantage, it could be perfect! But Sir Ronan missed out on such a crucial kill, and that's gonna hurt. Trades come through from either side. Lucian's gonna be able to find the answer. And now, looking for another duel of his own. The angle's good and perfect for him. We're towards the back lines. Still have to worry about Zephy, who was a bit too overly aggressive. Gets caught out. Sir Lionel has the corner. He needs to find the kill, and yes, he does. Down over to a 2v2 here. Lucia, position's good. Knows what to expect at the bare minimum. No real flashes in hand, but the stun's gonna give the space away. Back the king over towards the front, but he tried to use the shorty to try and get the kill. And that was a betrayal in the process. It's all up to Zero. He's been clutching out on a lot of rounds for his team.
Spike plant.
But this round is more crucial than any other. Has the paranoia, has a smoke to play around with as well. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive than you normally would be. If he was able to find a kill, this round is a guaranteed win for him. Just one frag, that's all that
Stealing sight.
Paranoia's used too early. This is bad. He doesn't have anything.
One enemy remaining.
Oh no. There's a chance that this clutch could happen. Looks like Lucia is taking it. Throws down fake, and Zero has to rush. Is opened up, denies it. Lucia has ample
God, this
amount
is
of time
so
to go in for the
good.
defuse.
Lucia! This man is just so calm under these situations. Back when he was a
Switching
Cypher
sides.
player as well, Baba,
Match point.
if you put him in a clutch situation, he does not sweat. The man's just like, oh, he's gonna play exactly the way I want him to. I have him on a leash. I can just tug on him, and as soon as I pull, he's gonna come towards me.
Enemy
You could see
True
that
grit
was
of
a
steel.
beautiful bait. Just look at the bait. He knew.
Just had to half defense. It's just it's very difficult on post plan to be in a to be calm, right? Like if I was in that 1v2 situation, I would panic everywhere. That's what's make this tournament unique. Team Resonance are currently in overtime match point. Winning this important attack will secure their spot in the lower bracket finals. They've had a huge fight in the lower brackets. They lost on the same team in the first quarterfinal, in the first matchup itself, and they definitely don't want to lose it again, especially from Ace.
Enemy
Ooh,
kill.
this operator, Markai. His rotations have been absolutely gorgeous in every turn. Now they have to worry about Zeki, who's already in towards the side. Zero's gonna be able to shut down another one though, and they're dropping like flies here. The kill's not working out in their favor, and Markai on this operator. Just a menace as usual.
There.
13 to 13 as Team Ace, they find the answer.
Overtime.
These solo lurks being given by the
Let's
members
go.
of Team Resident,
I
it's
got
just
things
not
to do.
working for their attack. I'm really hoping that they start to come together as a squad a little bit more. I don't really get it. Just push together into a site as a team. Kel'Thuzad, he needs to wait until some chaos is created on one portion of the map before he goes in for these type of pushes. Their attack seems so disjointed compared to their defensive end. But overtime number 2 is now initiated. Lucia would be the one to take the early duel. Spots out one. He's not going to be able to get the kill, but Hellboy does find the trade here regardless. The Ronin low on the department of HP, but Hellboy's going to be able to get out scot-free. A little bit more pressure, but Leonan's out in towards the open. He didn't need to take that fight. Overheat, causing them to fall apart here. Team Ace. The postman's not looking that favorable just yet, but it all depends on Kel'Thuzad being able to find the first kill. He has the answer, and that opens up the site for all of the other players.
One enemy remaining.
EV2 is Kel'Thuzad who's been dealing major damage, and now Zephy with the finale. No, denies. It's a 1v1. Oh no, Hellboy gets it finally. Oh, recovery's been dealt.
That was a
Man,
bit too close.
so close for disaster. So close. That would have been a 1v3 clutch from Mac the King.
That was a good chance. He didn't swing in towards the angle, he walked it.
Switching sides.
If it was a swing, Hellboy would not have been able to hit that.
There.
Marka is back on the op though. This one operator could just be the reason why they lose.
Just need to get info though on Jets' whereabouts. It's gonna be tough, but I think Resonance are gonna go in for a fully fledged execute towards A. Full on rush.
As I said. Nice. Oh, you saw him! You saw him! What is this cage? Whose cage is this?
Oh, this is looking a little bit dicey here for the side of Team Ace. Execute is not well as it expected to be from Team Resonance, but eventually they will still at least secure it to post plant. Paranoia forces Kel'Thuzad all the way towards the backside. They have ample amount of information. They just need to waste time. The main problem has to be the off Ronin. Will he secure? No, it's Hellboy. Secures the first. Now Kenny gets the second. No, Marseille. Very precise with the off shot. He gets the second. It's up to Lucia. Kel'Thuzad gets the final. And just like that, folks, Team Resonance will be the victors on the lower bracket finals. They will proceed into the next phase. And it's really unfortunate for the side of Team Ace that they have to bow out of this competition.
Siders Finals had their name on it. Fate just wanted Resonance to win. But this was such a good fight as well coming in from the members of Team Ace. They played their hearts out. Their overall strategy was working out wonders. Markai was hitting every single one of his operators. It just didn't matter at the end of the day because mentally your positions were not that proper. Dr. Evil in the worst possible spot, I would say. Why is he right in the middle of sight where there was no way you're going to be able to survive that one, right? I expected Evil to maybe play a little bit more towards the back end of side, which would have been a little bit more better overall for them. I don't know. Right at the very end, the team's inexperience was really starting to show. The players that haven't really played in a lot of tournaments, or at least at the highest level, you could tell that the pressure was getting to them. While on the opposite side, as the game progressed further and further, the team just became better because they have experienced players like Kel'Thuzad, Lucia, who can just train out the discipline and set up Zephy for plays that will allow him to completely take over a server. Zephy had the best game that you could ever hope for as a race because he had this team create the opportunity. He just needed to ask his team, can I get a setup over to the cave side? I want to go and take the fight. A race having an explosive entry like that is very rare to see. That's why we see a lot of professional level teams now tackle the duelist role in a completely different manner. Duelists are there to create space for your opponents to come in. Your secondary duelists is the one who normally takes the second engagement and uses the space to his advantage. I'm pretty sure that Zephy is probably going to be one of the best duelists in our country as he progresses more and gains more experience, because the way he demands space and takes these early duels is something very few players can do, even at the highest levels of play.
Yeah, but and also I still have to give a huge shout out for Marseille as well. He's been a phenomenal duelist for both on Ascent as well as on Sped. The number of maximum damage that he's dealt around, and once again we'll just take a look at the scoreboard again and to see who is currently the MVP for map number 2 Split. Marseille has dealt there were so many situations where Marseille did give the team enough time to secure their initial frags and give them the highest chances to succeed in most of the rounds. Zephy, the total of 28 kills on a map like Sped, he was on point, and thanks to Lucia's paranoia, who's been giving good amount of flashes, and thanks to Hellboy's flash as well. I mean, let's not forget, you have 3 flashes in total, right? You have the paranoia, you even have the Reyna smoke, and also Skies' guiding light, giving not only information thanks to the Trailblazers, but also from the flashes, giving them the maximum amount of success. But the main thing that I have to appreciate Ace is the way how they're confident in their pistol rounds. Both of the pistol rounds on round number 1 and round number 16, they have won on both rounds. They've also had the economy gain. The only changes when it happens is when they start losing on bonus round. That's where we see Team Resonance starts to adapt. And when it comes to the adaptation, Ace always have a difficulty in dealing with those situations.
Completely agree with you there. Ace just didn't really have the performance that you would expect from them. They started off so well, but the team slowed down drastically right at the very end. Zephy, man, performances galore from this young kid. 28, 22, 7, 314 ACS, 24% headshot with those first skills. He was doing wonders. And mind you, Baba, the headshot percentage is kind of wrong when you look at a stat tracker like VLR. It can't really calculate the headshot percentage of Raze properly, considering the paint shell also counts as damage, so the headshot percentage is lower. But technically, his overall headshot percentage will be a lot higher. So this guy was popping heads constantly.
I mean, let's not forget about he also used Judge and Shoddy, right? So that also takes count into consideration.
It's like big changes, and overall, let's see exactly who the series MVP is going to be. It's going to be Zephy. Not really that big of a surprise. This guy is just phenomenal in the way that he demands space. He is what a duelist player should be. Demand space from your opponents. He doesn't care if he gets a kill or two. He is one of those explosive players that is going to jump in towards the side, possibly get a first kill. Even if he dies, he's going to make sure his team has the best opportunity to follow up behind him. He will not go in solo, and he will make sure that his team comes in. And that is a requirement for a lot of teams to perform really well. Team Resonance, they played their hearts out for this game, and I'm really looking forward to see exactly who they're going to be facing from the upper bracket, because WG versus Aravata will be another incredible show that we have to witness.
Yep. And what an incredible match has it been. And once again, a great performance from Team Ace as they will bow down from this competition. Team Resonance will secure their spot to the lower brackets finals. They just need to wait for the upper brackets, which will happen right now at 8 o'clock. Means we're just going to end the first match stream for today. Once again, folks, make sure to check the link down below for exciting deals from Flipkart Back to College sale, because it's live right now. Go ahead, check the link in the description down below and also on the chat. Until then, we'll be taking a leave for the first match. Don't worry, we'll be back in our second match, which will happen at 8 o'clock. This will be me, Baba Gusta, alongside my co-caster Aggressive, and also our broadcaster Headmaster. This is the AMD presents Flipkart Back to College Cup Season 1, powered by AS Rock, Acer, WT Black, Portronics, and hosted by the Esports Club. We'll see you in a bit.
Want a curved screen, high refresh rate gaming, and don't want to compromise? Well, the ASRock Phantom Gaming 27-inch 240Hz curved monitor is here to deliver. In the box, we've got our power cable, HDMI and DisplayPort cables, and a rugged stand. And finally, the ASRock Phantom Gaming monitor with an impressive 27-inch curved 1500R VA display. This makes for quite the immersive experience, especially in competitive games like Valorant, which demand higher refresh rates. Diving into the specs, this monitor goes up to 1080p, sports a blazing fast 240Hz refresh rate for silky smooth gameplay, and HDR10 support for vibrant lifelike colors. It covers 90% of the DCI-P3 and 113% of the sRGB color spaces, making those visuals pop at a max brightness of 300 nits. This is great for picking out enemies in low visibility situations. It's got a rapid 1 millisecond response time with MPRT mode to keep motion blur in check for perfect aim, and dual 2-watt speakers built right in just in case you don't have your headphones on you. For connectivity, this monitor is equipped with 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, 1 DisplayPort 1.2, and a headphone jack. The stand is solid with swivel and tilt adjustments, but there is no height adjustment. However, it does support VESA mounting if you want to customize your setup. The monitor also sports ASRock's low blue light technology, so those long rank up sessions are a little easier on your eyes. Additionally, FreeSync Premium is also present on this monitor, preventing screen tearing at unstable frame rates. Overall, this monitor does exactly what it says on the box. Super fast, high refresh rate gaming for titles like Valorant to give you the competitive edge you need. Today we've got something special for AMD users. The ASRock B650 Live Mixer motherboard. Packed with features and support for AM5 processors, this motherboard is a statement both visually and specs-wise. As an AM5 board, the ASRock B650 Live Mixer supports both AMD Ryzen 8000 and 7000 series processors and will continue to support all AMD CPUs until 2026. Whether you're upgrading or building a new rig, this motherboard has you covered. Power delivery is robust with a 14+2+1 phase power design, ensuring stable and efficient power distribution. For memory, it sports 4 DDR5 DIMM slots with support for 6400+ MHz speeds when overclocked. Expandability is key in any build, and the B650 Live Mixer shines with 3 PCIe 4.0x16 slots and an M.2 key E slot for Wi-Fi modules. Rear I/O is great with an HDMI and DisplayPort connector, 14 USB ports, out of which you get one 3.2 Gen 2 Type A port and a 3.2 Gen 2x2 Type C port. Those with blazing fast internet will be happy to see a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port at the back. For audio files, it features 7.1 channel HD audio with the Realtek ALC897 audio codec and Nahimic audio enhancement. Whether gaming or watching movies, you can expect immersive audio quality. Storage solutions are top-notch with one blazing fast PCIe Gen 5x4 M.2 slot and 2 PCIe Gen 4x4 M.2 slots. Additionally, it also has 2 SATA 3 connectors for additional hard drives or SSDs. All in all, the ASRock B650 Live Mixer motherboard is loaded with features that make it a formidable foundation for any high-end PC. Whether you're a gamer, a content creator, or just looking for a powerful system, this motherboard checks all the boxes.